Good people, good people, good people. What's going on? It's your boy Foots, Cowboys friends, family, and all you good people who want to watch me make a fool out of myself or just want to watch me talk football. What's going on, man? It's your boy Foots the King, drummer, producer, and right now I'm in the lab. Got some notes. It's OTA Week 3 recap. We're going to talk about Zeke, Jaylon, for what it's worth, and what do people really think, and what have they seen? What did the media see when it comes to Jaylon? Like, what is it? What are we talking about here? Because now I'm getting irritated with the Jaylon talk because, and I'll tell you why. So just watch this video. Zeke getting better. Zeke leaving yards on the field. Now, Scott Linehan's talking about Switzer's running with the ones. And he's getting these reps and he's getting these looks and he sounds, encouraged about it. Marinelli's thoughts on Jaylon. Sean Lee's thoughts on Jaylen Smith. A bunch of notes here. Dez returning punts. I hit that on Cowboys Huddle. Shout out to my man Joe Rod over there at Cowboys Blog. Just so much to talk about. But first and foremost, thank you guys for watching. Thank you just for growing with me, helping the channel grow. We're entering that season. After this week, I think there's a mini camp next week. And then after that, it'll be a month-and-a-half break. We're already in June, so just think about it like this. Once you get to the 4th, July 4th, that'll be a big weekend. And then after that, 2 weeks because we have the Hall of Fame game, so we'll report to camp early. We'll be at camp early, and then we can really get into some of this stuff. Because right now, with all this Jaylon talking, with all this Zeke and this, that, and the third, it's just shells. Nobody's hitting. Nobody's in pads. So, what do we know? Nothing. And everybody's gonna say they know something, but right now they know nothing. And so let's just jump on the biggest, what everybody wants to talk about right now, Jaylen Smith. Availability to the media. They were able to see him run around. The Cowboys.com team did a big old montage of Jaylen Smith. So what does this mean? Well, you have some scouts. Brian Broad is saying that he moved around yesterday. He covered in the flat well. And these are things that if you watch Notre Dame, if you watch some of the tape and you know what he was able to do, you know that if he can return to health and if he can get his stamina and he can get back in shape, we know what Jaylen Smith is about. So what happens is everybody starts overanalyzing, everybody's asking the coaches, asking the players. Of course, Rob Marinelli, him being the straight shooter that he is, his whole thing is like, look, I got to see Jaylen Smith in pads. Well, duh, that's what all this is about. And I think what the Cowboys, the Cowboys, Jerry, Steven, everybody's whole deal is they're excited because they know if they ease him, save him from himself. You got to remember, he wanted to come back last year. There was no way that was going to happen. You rush the injury back. You could tweak something crazy like that could happen. So that wasn't going to happen. But then they're easing him back. So they're not just going to give him a full go workload. Jaylon has to get back into football shape. He hasn't played football in a year. Not to mention he's still rehabbing. So it wouldn't make sense for them to have him in 7-on-7 or 11-on-11s or doing all these things right now. He's still in the rehab. Like he's out. He's like 50-50. Like he's not rehabbing. He's done with the rehab part, but now he's like in the football shape, and he's saying he can do all the things. Well, some people are worried about the drop for some people. But if you look at me and you ask the players, he's moving around fine, so now you just got to see him actually hit somebody. That will probably loosen Jaylon up more than anything. Just to go out and tackle somebody or just to go out and be physical. He's used to the speed of the game, the speed of football. Jaylon is not a stranger to contact. That's what he does best. So I think that everybody needs to stop with all these, everybody has an opinion on Jaylon. I'm going to trust the kid. I just want him, if he's in shape, I think he can do it. Everybody's like, in pads, what can he do? And if he's in shape, once he gets back into football shape, I think he'll be fine. You can tell by his movement, it's not going to be that much faster for him. He would kill these guys if he was in full health and the injury never happened. So again, let's just let the process happen. Garrett, the training staff, they have a plan. It's different from the media's plan. It's different from my plan. So let's just let things happen before everybody starts coming with all these, oh, I don't think he's going to be ready, or it's just going to be too tall of a task. The kid made it this far. You only get this far with positivity and thinking your way through a situation. Anybody who's ever had an injury knows the only way that you're going to get back from that injury is positive thoughts, period. So I love Jaylen Smith. I think he's going to be fine. I think just even looking at the highlights and looking at him move, he couldn't do all of that a year ago. He's moving, he's cutting. Jaylen Smith will be fine. Let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott. So Zeke had, he made a comment that I really, really liked. He said, I left yards on the field. Well, how could the leading rusher of the NFL leave yards on the field? Well, he does do things. Let's not say he does do things bad. What Zeke does, him being only 21 basically, not seeing this game speed, not knowing how to really maximize every yard, I get what he means by that. Maybe it's times he got a little antsy, he tripped himself up. He was a little impatient with holes, and Zeke is a very patient person, but I like the fact that he's very self-critical. He's self-scouting himself, Cowboys fans. That's what we need. You want a back who always thinks he can get better. We're watching the NBA playoffs. You see a guy like Steph Curry who's still trying to be a better shooter. 500 shots a day, doing things like that. That's what we want from Ezekiel Elliott. We want an alpha dog type of player who thinks that, yeah, I did leave yards on the field. I think I could have had 2,000 rushing yards. That's the only way he's going to get better. So I like those comments from Zeke. I really wanted to talk about Scott Linehan's comments on Ryan Switzer. Again, this Ryan Switzer thing won't go away. He's running with the ones now. Linehan is adamant that he's getting good work. That's just something that, as a rookie, being Ryan Switzer, he's just extremely blessed to really be in this situation, and that's cool. But it's not just that he's just there and he's like, oh, where am I? No, he's acting and he's basically out there performing like he belongs. That's another credit to the scouting department. That's a credit to Will McClay. That is, again, the Cowboys mantra is next man up, and you gotta love it. Now, this is a fun one. Should Dez Bryant return kicks? And I talked about this on the Cowboys Huddle. Make sure you guys go follow Cowboys blog. That's where we're going to do the weekly show, the Cowboys Huddle. I think that Dez can return kicks when the situation calls for it. Dez is one of these guys. I don't need Dez hurt in the latter part of his career. He's in year 9. Man, 9 years for Dez Bryant. That's crazy to me. Man, that's crazy. Just like sitting and thinking about it. I remember when Dez was drafted, and year 9. He's getting up there in age. I don't want Dez to get hurt, and I don't want. And he takes great care. He takes great care of his body. I believe it's year 9. Check me on that if I'm wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong. Nonetheless, I still think he's very explosive with the ball in his hands, but I only will want to use him in certain packages. Dez is another guy you have to save from himself, so if he goes out there, he gets hurt, this, that, and the third, it's something that you wouldn't really want to risk because he is our most dominant receiver still. He's that guy that we can go to, and he'll make a big play. And he's just the team's fire starter, so while I would like to use that weapon, and we have Ryan Switzer, so I don't want us to get into this thing of like, well, let's get too cute. Nah, we don't need to get too cute when it comes to Dez. That's pretty much everything. I've heard a bunch of good things about Demontre Moore. So, listen, this DN competition is something I'm really looking forward to when it comes to training camp. Demontre Moore, Taco Charlton, what's my boy, DeMarcus Lawrence. He's in the contract year. This is going to be fun. Competition. Once again, competition at corner, competition at middle linebacker, competition at all the linebacker positions other than Sean Lee's, and competition on the D-line except maybe Malik Collins. Everybody else is fighting for a job, and that's what I like. That gets guys hungry. You got to love it. You got to respect it. And then we have some competition at the O-line. So this year is going to be fun. OTA Week 3 recap, a bunch of good things coming out. Zeke was out there practicing, looking good. Sean Lee had a bunch of high praise for Jaylon. And he actually, the thing I will say about this whole Jaylen Smith thing, Sean Lee, Cowboys fans, you guys know, number 1, he got hurt in OTAs, so that's another reason why they're taking it light with Jaylon. Number 2, Sean Lee's came back from 2 knee injuries. So if he's giving this guy high praise, let's just calm down. Let's see what's going to happen. I think Jaylen Smith's really going to do something big for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are going to look smart again while everybody calls Jerry Jones dumb. Anyway, it's your boy Foots the King. Thank you guys for your time. Like, share, subscribe. Send this video around. Let's get some dialogue talking in the comments. So jump in my comments. Let me know what you guys think. And then I'll do a mini camp recap. A mini camp. Try saying that 5 times. Mini camp recap. Try saying that 5 times. Listen, I'll do a mini camp recap. And then I'll get back to the position series. And then I'm going to take a break, man. I mean, there's no need to really just stuff information down. It's not going to be nothing to talk about. Hopefully, nothing bad at least. So then we'll pick it up training camp, and before you know it, it'll be preseason. I'll be recapping games again. It's your boy Foots the King. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Joe Rod, all you other Cowboys YouTubers. Thank you. Everybody who watches. Thank you. Peace.